Are you serious? Are you serious? We have breaking news, though, coming out of Israel. Israeli airstrikes have now just completely flattened the Gaza terrorist group Islamic Jihad's facility after a rocket fire. Okay, the Islamic Jihad, of course, broke the ceasefire. Israel's military announced this morning that it had carried out a series of airstrikes on the terrorist group's facility and in Gaza just hours after a barrage of rockets were fired into the territory of Israel early Friday morning. The strikes in the early morning hours hit a compound rocket manufacturing site there in Gaza and the headquarters of the Islamic Jihad militant group in the town of Khan Younis. The Associated Press is reporting. A separate Israeli airstrike was carried out also in Deir al-Balah. Is reported to have killed 8 people, including 2 women and 5 children under the age of 13. The strike apparently targeted the home of the Islamic Jihad commander who was not there at the time, according to the report. Now, Israel's military said it struck Islamic Jihad military infrastructures but did not intend to harm civilians. It did flatten their headquarters, and according to the information available to the IDF, the time of the strike, no civilians were expected to be harmed as a result of the strike, according to the Israeli Defense Forces said in a statement, adding that an investigation is now underway. But the military maneuvers were carried out after a barrage, and I mean a barrage, of rockets were fired at Israeli citizens throughout several cities near Gaza in Israeli territory. Now, Israel said those missiles were intercepted by its defense systems, may have been an expression of discontent with the militants' group of leadership after they announced the Egyptian brokered ceasefire had just been agreed to, and then they fired a ton of rockets. But tensions between Israel and the Islamic Jihad group have been escalating in the last recent days following Israel's assassination strike and killing the head of the Islamic Jihad terrorist organization. His name was Baha Abu al-Attah, also killed his wife. That all happened on Tuesday while I was in Israel. You know, look, it's an ugly situation. This thing ain't over. But pray for the peace of in the Middle East. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. The Israeli citizens are, of course, a lot of them been injured in all these attacks that they have suffered. Children have had heart attacks inside bomb shelters. One little girl, 9 or 10 years old, suffered a massive heart attack out of just sheer fear. You know, a 7-year-old woman was injured with shrapnel. There's all kinds of things going on. And so it's just a sad day in the Middle East. We're praying for everybody. Truly, truly we are. And the people who live in Gaza, they don't deserve it either. I mean, they're being held hostage by this Islamic Jihad group and Hamas and other radical Islamic groups that are in there. Terrorists, they're extremists. And they've really brought the people down to the lowest point in many, many years. Well, we'll be in prayer, okay? Pray that peace and release can come. We'll be back with more later tonight, right here on this channel. Prophetic times, last days. Very prophetic times we're in.